how to crush the fantasy variation of the Caro-Kann defense with black. It starts with e4, c6, d4, d5, f3. You'll then go e5. After e takes d, you'll move your queen to b6, which lets your opponent take a second pawn on d5. You'll continue to ignore the destruction of your pawns by placing a bishop on c5. This threatens the knight on g1, so they will move it to e2 or h3. If they move it to e2, you'll have a forced mate in 2 with bishop to f2 check. The king only has d2, but not for long since queen to e3 is checkmate. If your opponent goes to h3 instead, you'll simply take it with your bishop. After they take back on h3, like before, you can give a check on f2. If they go to d2, it's checkmate with queen to e3. If they go with king to e2, we no longer have the checkmate available. Now we go back to more normal play with c takes d. A common follow-up is knight to c3, putting pressure on the d pawn. You'll go bishop to d4. If the knight takes, you have queen to b5 check, with the knight getting captured after the king moves. If instead they do something like pawn to f4, you can simply develop your pieces like normal and possibly take the knight on c3 to give your opponent 2 sets of doubled pawns.